Morning, everyone. Excuse me if you saw the rocky start there. Always is telling me that I have it oriented the wrong way when I have pre-scheduled the session. And then I end up having to do this weirdo start because it won't start until I do that. So, anyhow, welcome to my show, and thank you for joining me for a few more hands of the poker prediction experiment. I am doing 86 through 90 today. We are getting very close to 100 hands drawn, and we are on the borderline of statistical significance if you have not seen the previous episodes. So I am going to just dive right into it and do the drawing. As if you listen to what I'm saying, it should become clear how this science experiment works. So without further ado, awesome deck. This is the awesome deck. Awesome deck. Please show us one card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Joseph Cheong poker hands. Please show us one card that will be in play in the first poker hand, first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Joseph Cheong poker hands. Please show us the card. Show us a card that will be in play. All right, we're going to look for the 3 of obsession in our first hand today. I'll talk more about the possible meaning of that in a minute. As you can see, I'm not doing so great at multitasking today. If you watched, if you're paying attention to that shuffling.
If you're a small business,
I'm never the most skilled shuffler, to be honest, but man, overkill on the ads today. And okay. Like I was saying, never the best multitasker. Talking, shuffling, not so great. Talking and fixing the computer, not so great. So I don't know if this is the intro or the hand, but we have one of the cards that I say coincides with all-in situations a lot. I'm tracking that in a different part of the study. It looks like we are going to do the whole hand. And he has the Ace of Opportunity with it, so possible, all-in opportunity, good idea. And he's up against diplomacy and confidence. Diplomacy meaning play by the rules, so didn't do anything wrong, but it can also mean to take the most conservative approach possible. Ooh! But he won. So we did not get the 3 of obsession here. What we did end up seeing is potential, vapid achievement, as in an achievement that disappears, like the bigger starting hand, which was eviscerated on the river. And that 9 of spades is one of the other cards that I am tracking as potentially frequently coinciding with an all-in situation. So we had 2 of the 3 cards that I say coincide with all-in situations, and I'm tracking to try to confirm or deny. The third one would have been the 10 of spades, which did not show up. So, but first hand of my scientific study today, ooh, I thought we were at the bottom. We did not get the card we were looking for. We, like I said at the beginning of this, are on the borderline of statistical significance. And I am going to be drawing at least 100 hands. We'll make it to 100 before the end of the year, and then decide if I'm going to continue or not. I will need a bit of a break. I'm pretty busy. So anyhow, let's do hand number 87. Awesome deck. Please show us one card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Ben Lamb poker hands. Please show us one card that will be in play in the first poker hand, first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Ben Lamb poker hands. Please show us the card. Four of effort and capability. And now that I'm done shuffling, let me read your comments here. I see a biblical comment, and you might be surprised to know that I am Christian by upbringing and not completely unchristian at this point. I have studied the Bible quite a lot about tarot and fortune telling. And thank you to the person who likes the way I talk. I appreciate you. I have had someone else told me a while back that I have a really good voice and should do books, book on tape or something. Happy to do that if you have a book you want me to record. I don't mind reading, but I never knew that I had that voice. So, thank you. All right, we are looking for Ben Lamb, and we are, it's just the first poker hand, first poker video that comes up when we search for Ben Lamb, so, hopefully he's in it, but he doesn't technically have to be for the study. We are just looking for whether or not the four of effort and capability shows up. There, I think it's finally in focus there. This is a slow and steady wins the race kind of effort and capability that we are talking about. That's why I put this cute little turtle on there and why that's the message. It's an earth energy kind of a card. Ooh, I was not paying attention. Did everybody just fold while I was not paying attention and move on to the next hand? Let's see. Anyhow, I think we're still in it. Just back it up that much. So, like I was saying, this is an earth energy. That's why there are rocks in the background, and why it is a slow and steady wins the race type of card. All of the diamonds are earth energy. All of the hearts are water. All the spades are air. And all of the clubs are fire energy. So, we are moving pretty fast through this. Looks like we finally made it to Ben, and he has the King of Loyalty and the Four of Assistance, which would be a good one for this four to come up with. He's going to be up against confidence and empowerment. Ben played confidently by raising, and it might empower him. And then we also have Doug over here with initiative and exciting challenge. I do not love this hand. Obviously, it's pretty good in a GTO perspective, but it's a head. It's not completely. It's not head anymore. Let's pause. But the 10 exciting challenge is a troublesome card to me. All the 10s are they're change cards. 10s are a card of change. They're the end of the cycle before a new beginning. So when it's an exciting challenge, that might not be such a positive, exciting challenge, to say the least. On the flop, we got charity, decisiveness, and rationalizing. And both of these players have flopped a pair and only have the king. So the only thing that's going to separate them at this point, the only thing that would help Ben at this point is another 4. And he has paired assistance and charity. And I always like to look at which cards have paired versus empowerment and decisiveness. And he behaved decisively before the flop, and he might do so again, which could imply that the charity is going to be going to him. But these are all things that you have to figure out intuitively on your own as a player, in my opinion. Before I blab too long, let's just remind you that actually the only thing that's the most important here is whether or not we find the 4 of diamonds for my scientific experiment, because that is the only thing that will prove scientifically that what we asked the tarot deck and the answer that we received is correlated with the event of the hand, the event that would have existed whether or not we asked this question. Unexpected good news has arrived on the turn. And, you know, the unexpected good news, Doug might be sad right now because he just got the pair, even though he folded. But the unexpected good news can always be that getting that pair would have just got you into more trouble, which is the case here. Oh, there it is! The fours were capable of the win. So he must have felt intuitively the assistance was coming. He stayed in the hand, and the proof that his trips are capable of the win arrived on the river. So we got our card. Ben got the winning hand. And let's log it in and move on to the next one. Okay. Again, hello to those of you who are here. I see people popping in and out, and so I want to just keep saying hi. Appreciate all of you stopping by to see what's up. Doing my scientific experiment, adjusting myself, to try and prove there is some correlation between a tarot reading and events of real life. So, moving on to the next hand. Awesome deck. Please show us one card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Talal Shakerchi. So I might have to double check this. Please show us one card that will appear in the first poker hand, first poker video that comes up when I search for Talal Shakerchi or Shakerchi poker hands. Please show us one card that will appear when I search for Talal S poker hands. Please show us the card. Ooh, the unavoidable barrier. The other card that I say often coincides with an all-in situation. Now, let me double check the spelling of this person's hand, the person's name that I just butchered. Shakerchi. Sorry, Talal. Alright. Let's see if we can successfully find another card that we are looking for and move the statistics in that direction. So we have duplicity and proof. Kind of a grim hand, but if you behave very duplicitous, it could prove to be good. All puns intended. Versus confidence and tact. So this is also saying that behaving duplicitously, being confident with a less than good hand could be good. Confidence and tact. Over here we have on the flop initiative, that 4 of effort and capability, and empowerment. So all of these cards are again saying that the first to bet could be the thing that is most important. The way that they tactfully show confidence is probably going to be the thing that wins the hand. But for me, I just want that 10 of spades to appear for my scientific experiment. So let's see what happens. Is he going to again bet? Yeah, 3,000. It's not exactly a confident big bet, and he just calls. So on the turn, the little things. The little bet on the flop really didn't teach him anything. Is he going to go for a little one again? Yes. So what do these little bets kind of usually teach someone who plays GTO? They just want to know what you have, which is funny because that's the 9 of revelation, revealing that they're just playing even though they don't really have anything. So, did not find the 10 that we were looking for this time. That's 2 no's and 1 yes so far today. But we have 2 hands to go, and we still have another 10 hands after that in the next 2 days. So, awesome deck. Please show us 1 card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Biao Ding poker hands. Please show us 1 card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Biao Ding poker hands. Please show us the card. Three of Deceit. Excuse me, upside down there. It's a fire card, so very treacherous, woo, aggressive type of energy. Let's see if it actually comes up though, and sometimes I find that it's just that kind of a hand, and I do make a note of that, even though it's a no for the scientific experiment. It is kind of interesting that it may correlate in a different kind of way. So I usually do make a note of that in case I want to go back over the same research later and look at it in a different way. So here comes the hand. We are looking for the 3 of Deceit to show up in play and confirm what the deck told us would happen in the first poker video that we found. So he has the Ace of Initiative and a clean slate. Clean slate can be a turnaround, a change from bad luck to good luck, from small stack to big stack, or it could be a change like going all in, which is why I track it in my other study, excuse me, as I choke. Okay, so far no. Oh, well, that counts, sadly. No 3 of clubs. Everybody folded. Didn't see it there, and only 2 cards were in play because everybody folded. So let's make a note of that. No, only 1 player. How did I just do that? Did I literally press like 3 buttons at the same time? Oh, no. I typed in the wrong button. We're on a hand 89 already. Okay. There we go. Blonde moment. Sorry. All right, last hand of the day. Awesome deck. Please show us 1 card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Espen Jorstad poker hands. Please show us 1 card that will be in play in the first poker hand on the first poker video that comes up on YouTube when I search for Espen Jorstad poker hands. Please show us the card. Four of clubs, 4 of assistants that I was talking about in a previous hand. All right. Okay, you may notice that the word assistance is not on this card, but I'll talk about that in a second. So even though assistance is my #1 keyword that I use with this card and the #1 thing that I think of, I did not end up putting it in the design of this card because first and foremost, its nickname is the Devil's Bedpost, so it's in the background there. And there's also a risk of not seeking the assistance that is there. It's saying assistance is there if you are willing to accept it. I am the I am a fire sign, and I am a very independent person. I can be kind of impulsive and sometimes not ask people their opinion, even when I know that I know someone who's an expert in such matters and could make a wiser decision if I ask them. And that is the kind of message that the Four of Clubs traditionally brings from a tarot perspective. So that's why I say assistance, that it is the Four of Assistance, and why the message is that pride comes before a fall. So it's not necessarily going to tell you any way other than intuitively in poker what type of assistance you are having. Is it assistance of telling you don't play the hand? Is it telling you that you're going to improve your hand, that that's the kind of assistance that's coming? You're going to have to decide for yourself. But sorry about the long-winded blab. Hope you enjoyed it. And let's move on and look to see if my scientific experiment comes out for the final hand of the day. We have, again, the Ace of Opportunity and the King of Judgment. And then we have the Ace of Refuge and the Ace of Initiative again there. I am reading Mohit's message at the same time. I too am jobless, Mohit, and looking. I've applied for more than 100 jobs this year and had 6 whole interviews. So I wish I could help you, but please press like and subscribe, because if I start making money from this vlog, I might be a little better and I might start employing people. But right now I am also one of the vastly underemployed people in America. So sorry about that. But back to the poker. Ace of Opportunity and King of Judgment versus Ace of Refuge and Ace of Initiative. And he did take the initiative. He was first to raise, but then he got 3-bet. So it's hard to know which one is the initiative kind of a thing. So again, intuition is the key. So let's move on and see if Jorstad should have taken refuge, which is a safe place, and hiding out, or if he was smart and, the aces are going to hold and he is in the safe place and doesn't have to worry about anyone who takes initiative against him. And, well, thank you, Barry, for joining me for your first poker in ages. Definitely a different kind of poker to watch, as most people don't talk about the tarot meaning of the cards. I mean, aces don't always hold, Barry, so you never know. And sometimes the message to me intuitively has been true. That I should not have played them. Can't say that I was smart enough to not play them all of those times. They are aces, and it feels really stupid to fold them, but that doesn't mean that the tarot isn't real. That's why we are doing this test, to see if the meaning of the cards actually does correlate with the events of reality. So you think they break against Ace Queen? Okay, well, I mean, personally, I think it matters exactly which combination of Ace King, Ace Queen, Ace Ace, and exactly when it happens, because that's, every deal of the cards is slightly different. And I guess to summarize, you could say I don't believe in the combined minimal chart that GTO players believe in. I think there's many more different starting hands than that, because every suit implies something slightly different. So man, are they going to actually play this hand or do I have to forward? I mean, it looks like they're playing it. We got the 3-bet. Now he's going to 4-bet. So I guess he feels very, very safe in those aces, like you said. And we got the call. We're finally going to get to look to see if the 4 of assistants shows up and helps me finish my day with another positive for the spreadsheet. So thank you again for everyone who is watching right now. Just the fact that you're watching helps my channel and helps the algorithms know who to show it to. But definitely if you could press the like and subscribe so that we can get the word out about my unusual subject, I really, really, really appreciate it. All right, dealer. Don't you just love how they take, 20 minutes to deal a single hand of poker and then wonder why some people have trouble watching it? Jack of respect, Queen of empowerment, 2 of tact. That looks pretty good for Jorstad, in my opinion. Espen. Still no 4 of clubs. I mean, if you ask me, that's one of the things they could do to make poker a little easier to watch. Speed up the dealing once it's finally happening, because it already took so long to get there. 8 of triumph, also a good sign that it's going to hold. But it is the diamonds, as I said in earlier, is an effort and capability kind of a card. 7 of overconfidence. He was overconfident in the ace king, indeed. So, all right, let's go ahead and log in my last hand of the day and check out where the statistics stand. All right, we are at 26.67%. Barry, since you like playing spades, I will just make sure that you know that those are the air element, air being a sign of change. So they are change-making kind of cards. Keep that in mind. And anyways, back to my thing. 26.67% of the time that we have gotten the card we were looking for. And according to random chance, probability, we would only expect it to show up 17.5% of the time. When there are 2 players in the hand, we have had 2.26 players in the hand. So I am wishing that this was more like 30% to be statistically significant. Somewhere around that is what is statistically significant. I will have to come up with the final number at the end once we know exactly how many people were in all of these hands. But when there's 2 players, it's 17.5 people. 17.5% is the expected result, and 28% is considered statistically significant. So we're still very, very close to what that would be. And hopefully tomorrow or the next day, as I draw the final 100 hands, we'll get back over that number. But, and then I'll be deciding if I'm going to draw another 100 or what's going to happen next. I do have other layers to the study. So, thanks again for watching. Hope to see you tomorrow or Tuesday for the final 10 hands. And have a great rest of your day.